Hello and welcome back to another episode here on Minecraft with me, Blue Nexus Gaming, or Blue 64, whichever you prefer. Either name works. Let's see, where should I go next? I believe I need to store all of these materials, is what I was doing. I forgot I left that door open on purpose because it allows the llama to not, get stuck back here. Because I don't want the llama to end up stuck on the magma block, because that would suck. Cobblestone stuff over here. However, it will be easier to figure out what goes where if I first go filtering out the various other blocks that are in my inventory here. For example, the granite, the diorite, the andesite, the flint, the gravel, the coal. Coal goes in this one. Actually need to grab the coal out of that. Over here. Turn any spare coal into blocks of coal. I probably should have deposited the slime before I went down here. That'll be fine. I'll just put the slime there. Oh my lord, of all the times I saw you. Where are you? We fighting, boy. Where you at? Where you at? I know you're down here. Yeah, you're down here, alright. I'm going to stand all the way over here, because I knew that was going to happen. Okay, I need to head down into my base in order to retrieve my items rather quickly in an attempt to achieve revenge. Come on, dive, 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 or not, doesn't matter. The point is, I need to find that Enderman, because I need to beat him up. He beat me up. I need to beat him up. He came into my base too. Therefore, I need to beat him up. Where's that Enderman? I know he's down here. He really can't have gone too far. Did he despawn? Man, I think he despawned. That's a bummer. You just fucking iced me and then despawned. How rude. Well, guess I'll put my armor back on. Oops. And then the axe goes there, the sword goes there, the pickaxe goes there. Slime goes there, wood goes there. Sticks, planks. There we go. All sorted out. Kind of. I need to deposit my materials. Where is the cobblestone? There it is. Okay. Oops. Now I go ahead, grab that. Wrong one. There we go. Now I've got that. Got the dirt situation handled semi-properly. Okay. Now that I have all of that figured out, I can go forth with fortune pickaxe wouldn't be bad if I went mining with it. I suppose I could grab that. Allow me to craft a stack of lapis. Ah, of course. It was a good thing that I went and spent all of my levels previously, because I apparently lost a bunch of levels there. Probably not too many levels. I do have all of this smooth stone to operate with, and if I ever need more smooth stone, well, I've got this barrel of cobblestone, complete with the hopper full of cobblestone, that furnace full of cobblestone, this furnace full of stone, as well as the hopper full of stone. Yeah. I've got a lot of smooth stone. I need to just go ahead and head back on up to the surface, it would seem. I think the next task I have is clearing out that spider spawner. Oh, it's evening. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, look who just spawned in. Let's go ahead and take care of him. And take care of him. Oh, cool. They both dropped the leather this time. And what do you have for trade? I did a long press on him to... Oh my god. To heck with the time of day. Are you kidding me? He has moss blocks. Give me my emeralds. This is the best day ever. I'm gonna spend all my emeralds on this guy. Oh, and while I'm at it, that way I don't have to come back down here. At least not immediately. Up we go. Climb, climb, climb. I only went down into the mine because I wanted my emeralds. Wandering trader, where are you? Here we are. You, I have emeralds. You have moss blocks. Give me moss blocks. You are amazing. Thank you. Okay, now I can rest. Oh man, this is gonna be amazing. Okay, for those of you who don't know, moss blocks are one of the new items they added to Minecraft 1.17. the reason moss blocks are good is because they net a positive quantity of bone meal in a bone meal farm where you hook them up to composters with water streams and a cobble generator, and you can just, go to town with making all of the bone meal you need. If you need bone meal, there you go. You have all of the bone meal you will ever need. It's perfect, okay? I'm storing that in here. It's amazing, okay? That's in my little island safe over here where I store an entire barrel of sugarcane, potatoes, carrots, as well as wheat. Yeah, hay bales. I'm going for hay bales with that one. I actually do need to harvest all of this wheat. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been going for a more maintenance directed intention. I've been, clearing out this gigantic hill back here. I've been increasing my storage capacity, that kind of stuff. Wow, that is a lot of slime. Okay. Yeah, I've been building storage chests, increasing my storage capacity, that kind of thing. Therefore, I have not had much time where I've been building up a farm, These guys are mostly just annoying. They scream, they try and hit me every now and then. They don't drop items unless I manage to get them to miss as they try and hit me. Therefore, their primary purpose seems to be experience as well as annoyance. They're good for keeping things moving around, but other than that, yeah, they don't really do all that much. Anyways, now that I have moss blocks, I'm able to apply a bone meal to a moss block in order to... Actually, I can demonstrate that right now that I'm thinking about it. Because this will allow me to get more moss. I just need a bunch of bone meal, which I can gather from my composter here. Oh, I actually have a ton of bone meal in there. And then I want to go... Okay... Now I want just one of these moss blocks. These things do drop themselves if they have a piston push a block into them, which is great. Okay, that is top notch. That means that it is very easy to harvest one of these. I just bone meal it. Now, I even have flowering azalea bushes, I've got some grass here, but mostly, I've got a near insta-mine of moss. I can just punch out the moss blocks and just use this to clear out This entire mountain. That was all it took. One bone meal. It's the equivalent of like a creeper explosion or something. It does take out the dirt, which, you know, that's a take it or leave it kind of thing. But, you know, one bone meal, I got 26 moss blocks. I only brought one moss block over here. You can do the math on that. That is a lot of profit. You know, that's good. Oh, this will be a good test for it. How does moss react with ores? Will moss convert coal? If it does, I don't want to... Oh, it's got a thing on top. There we go. That's something worth noting. You're going to want to cover the moss block with some form of what you call it, protection against the moss block. Okay, so this is a good way to just find ore. Oh my. Talk about OP. Woohoo. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with propane. And propane accessories. Oh. Did I ever mention that I live in Texas? Fun fact about the King of the Hill series. The way they got all of their ideas for episodes for King of the Hill was they just asked people about their day and they wrote it down. That's how they came up with the episodes. They just asked people about their day. Yeah. When building an automatic farm, you're going to want to be able to clear out the space on top of the moss block. I'm already up to a full stack of moss blocks now. Keep in mind, I only purchased 4. I also only came over here with about 18 bone meal. That being said, now I've got some azaleas, some moss carpet, some flowering azalea, and some seeds, which I don't need. Now I've got a full stack of moss blocks. It does not seem that I have had a net positive. However, it looks can be deceiving, as this actually needs its own barrel. This is going in the base. Yeah. Moss blocks might just replace TNT. Okay? Because if you have a moss block, it apparently does not convert ores, meaning if you're digging for ore, then you can just have moss block getting bone mealed up top, clearing out the block above the moss block, and then just have the entire thing start digging down with cobblestone or pistons or something. You know, you can do maybe a double piston extender and just have the whole thing moving down. There's all kinds of different builds this can work with. This is definitely something worth looking into, because you can see what just a few things of bone meal as well as, oh, I missed one. There we go. As well as just punching out the moss can actually do. Now, we wander over here. How full is this? Yeah. That is a very, very good item. I love that item. I'm going to set up a farm with a moss block, just in order to get all the bone meal that I could ever want. That will make it so I do not need a skeleton farm. I already know where to find the lava. I know where to find all of the items that I need in order to make that whole thing fully functional. I have the buckets. I have the iron in case I end up needing more buckets, which I don't. You know, you only need one bucket technically to make that work. That is an amazing, amazing farm. Okay, now I can actually set up semi-AFK like farms, like actual farms. Not like, you know, mob farms or anything, but I mean like a farm. You know? The type of farm where you're getting crops out of the deal instead of, you know, other items. You know, wheat, potatoes, carrots, beetroots. I can set it up so that I have an actual profitable bone meal farm now. And then I can utilize that bone meal for building, even. I can build with bone blocks. Just for that extra bit of silliness, you know? I can build with bone blocks. That also opens up a little bit of a color palette for my building materials. I think I might make use of that in my layout. I need to go utilize the bed. I might utilize that in my layout down at the bottom, where I plan to dig out to y=6 in order to reveal the bedrock. Well, I plan to dig out through y=6 in order to reveal the bedrock at y=5, and then once I am at y=5, I will put the bone blocks all over y=6, because I know for a fact that silverfish cannot infest a bone block. It is physically impossible for them. There is no such thing as an infested bone block. Apologies for the cough. This would be a great time to mention to like the video, comment, subscribe. Helps me, helps the channel. This will allow me to have a larger audience as my channel grows. The audience will, of course, become more accustomed to my type of construction style, my type of Minecraft playthrough style. My kind of Let's Play series type of content. My audience will become more fine-tuned in the algorithm. I'll get more viewers that are actually interested in specifically my type of content. Whether that be, some people prefer just small channels, that's fine. But something to think about is those small channels will eventually turn into larger channels because of the viewing audience, such as yourselves. What if the large channels is comprised of people who enjoy small channels? The simplest way to describe it is that where did I put? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. Okay, I'll go over here and use this one. I came up here expecting a crafting table. Sorry. Where was I? Right. If the channels that you prefer are all small channels, then what happens when all of the small channels become big channels because you enjoyed the content so much that all of the people who enjoyed the small channels flocked to the small channel? Saying that you only enjoy the small channels is sort of a self-defeating phrase because, eventually the small channel will become a big channel. It's sort of an inevitability with the YouTube algorithm. That's just how the algorithm works, Yeah. My channel is, of course, currently very small, and there are, of course, only 2% of my viewers, approximately, are subscribed. Therefore, it does help if you are subscribed. You can also hit the notification bell, allowing you to get notified when my new videos are released. I tend to release videos in the morning. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. Or no, wait, I'm in Central Zone of the United States. I used to be on the East Coast of the United States. Years and years ago. I'm currently in Central Time Zone. I don't mind putting where that is because I'm not listing my exact location, I'm just listing the city. I'm not sponsored or anything, which means, for example, if McDonald's wants to sponsor me, I could go hang out at McDonald's and upload the videos from there. I don't think I would probably do that because that would get me a lot of copyright claims on my videos. Therefore, I would want to, I would want to make sure that I have somewhere that I can record peacefully. For example, I could maybe get the McAllen Library to sponsor me. That one might be good. The McAllen Library down here is famous for being the largest single-floor library in the United States. Meaning it's all on the first floor, the whole library. The way they did that was actually they purchased a Walmart building because Walmart wanted to move to a bigger location. Therefore, Walmart sold their building to the library. The library purchased the Walmart. Walmart moved. Walmart has a lovely location just a few blocks over from where the McAllen Library was, or is, yeah. Walmart has a lovely location just a few blocks over from where the McAllen Library is now. Meanwhile, the Walmart is doing very nicely. McAllen Library is doing very nicely. People were able to find it very easily because in the process of them moving everything, they had a pre-existing location which they purchased. It was a grocery store, therefore, of course, everybody knew where it was because everybody needs food, right? This allowed the library to get a lot more, what's the word for it? Customers? Patrons? I don't know. It allowed people to more easily and rapidly discover where the library was located. It allowed the Walmart to get a little bit more good popularity because they kind of need it with the way they treat their employees. Their employees are mostly just overworked. They're not really paid enough for what they're getting asked to do. That's the primary thing. They're just not getting paid anywhere near what they should be getting paid for what they're doing. I had a friend who worked in Walmart. He was very skilled, very good at it. He ended up fired for some crappy reason. Somebody decided that he needed to get fired, and it's like, well, oh, that's what it was. He got sick. He had to call in sick. And they were like, well, you're out of sick days, so you got to come in. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I can't come in. They were like, well, then you're fired. And it's like, just like that? I'm one of your best employees. Like, I'm on the fast track for manager. If anybody's going to become manager next, it's probably going to be me. And you're just going to fire me? Like, he was set. He was their best customer service person. And they just fired him. And it's like, well, that's kind of bullshit. The reason why he got fired was because of the union. The union specifically fired him from that location. And then he was like, well, since you're firing me, I'll just go work for your competition, because it's kind of all I can really do. He can't really do too much else. He has the technical know-how and all that on how to do a lot of different things. He used to be IT. He ran a very successful IT company. As a matter of fact, he is one of the top 5 channels on my channel. Darth Ripper, I believe he went by. He has not put out a lot of content. However, if you want to go subscribe to his channel, check out his content, see if maybe it's the type of thing that you like, it's up to you. I'm sure he'd be appreciative to know that his channel would be growing even though he stopped uploading content because he had to keep working. You know, he had to afford food. He just, I don't know if he was enjoying it or not. It's kind of difficult to tell with him. He's a weird one. Anyway, if you're watching this, hi, Chris. If he's not watching this, then, you know, oh well. But, you know, I gave him a shout out. It's fine. Let's see. He usually thinks I'm decently derpy. He knows me in person. That's fine. I don't really mind. I was really derpy in my younger years. I still kind of am derpy sometimes. I have a tendency to sometimes not think things through all the way. However, I'm usually fairly good-natured. I tend to have good intentions in what I do. You know, the goodwill, or what is it? The Salvation Army motto says to do the most good. You know, not everyone agrees with the Salvation Army's methods. However, people like their motto. People like the Salvation Army motto because the Salvation Army motto is a great motto. You know, to do the most good. Meaning, you want people to be happy. You want as many people as possible to be happy. However, sometimes the best way to make people happy is to focus on one task at a time. Which is why, for example, when I go chopping down trees, I make sure to focus. Therefore, I can actually get all the trees chopped down. Well, all the trees that I need chopped down, that is. Or, well, not like the trees that I need getting chopped down, more like I can get all of the lumber that I need. That's what I'm trying to say. It's difficult to multitask because the human brain is not physically capable of multitasking. I've mentioned this before on my channel in previous episodes. If you're not familiar with my playlist, there is, of course, a playlist for my Minecraft Let's Play videos here that allows you to watch in sequence all of the raw footage, which I have recorded, cataloging basically how I got this far. I am aware that there's over 150 hours of footage to go over. That's just how long I've been playing in this season alone. Just this single world. Well over 150 hours recorded, logged, as it's referred to. Over 150 hours logged on this world. Sometimes the recording software would crash. Sometimes. I don't always know what causes the recording software to crash. Sometimes it's difficult to figure out what caused the crash. Other times it might be like, maybe I set a setting wrong or something. And then I have to go in and I have to figure out what I had to change in order to fix my recording software. Okay. You may have noticed that mostly I'm just shaving off this hill in sections of 2, allowing me to retrieve the lanterns very quickly and easily, while still allowing me to create this lovely staircase. And just basically push back this entire thing. I plan to incorporate all of the lanterns over there into my build here, allowing me to easily navigate through the process of excavating this mountain, basically. Once this whole thing is at the proper height, I will go ahead with the preparation of making a path down to the waterfront on all sides. Because that's been kind of annoying. I want to have access from down below up to here in order to allow me to have a quick and easy way to get up here. This is Extreme Hills, therefore it really does help a lot if I am able to it doesn't really matter which side I'm starting on here. This is Extreme Hills, so it does help if I'm able to easily traverse the place. I don't want to end up stuck down in the river, for example, which is why I made sure that I made at least one proper staircase, which is located next to the kelp farm. If you look very carefully on the map on my left, you can actually see the kelp farm. It's that little blue line on the north end of the map near the center. Not to be confused with, all of these blue lines. It's this little tiny blue line right here, and then right next to it is actually a staircase. Therefore, if I fall into the nearby river, I can actually very easily find my way back up, because I can just go find that staircase, and that will get me all the way back up. I won't need to fret about, how am I going to get back up to my base? How am I going to get up to the bed? I have a way up to the bed. It's very easy, you know. The way up to the bed is staircase. Plain and simple. But yeah, I'm probably going to, at some point, utilize a moss farm. Actually, I know exactly where I'm going to utilize a moss farm. I'm going to excavate down to the skeleton spawner, utilizing a moss farm. That's where I'm going to do it. There. Now I have decided how I'm going to excavate down to the skeleton spawner. I'm going to use moss. It's going to be difficult to excavate the moss at certain points, because I'm going to need to basically fill up a dispenser and then just start dispensing probably every few ticks. I'll dispense a moss item, and that will allow me to properly excavate around the spawner. I will need to go down to the spawner in order to mark out where that spawner is. It's going to be that's going to be a trip down into the caves down below. Or no, it's not a skeleton, it's a spider spawner, sorry. I'm going to utilize the moss to excavate down to the spider spawner. I misspoke earlier. Apologies. But that will allow me to have a very good a very good controlled excavation, because I can then just utilize flying machines or perhaps a cobblestone generator or something in order to... I swear I have like an insect flying on me or something. I keep feeling it landing on my back, and I think it's landing on my face. It's kind of annoying. I need a shovel. And I also need a pickaxe, because my pickaxe is about to break otherwise. I don't want my pickaxe to break. Probably gonna need more shovels as well. Okay, now it's night, therefore I need to go up here, utilize the bed. The bed. There we go. Yeah, that moon is not properly designed. There's a better way they could draw that moon. Additionally, I'm not sure if it's their number of animation frames or if it's their tick speed that is causing issues with the jumpiness of the moon. It's supposed to be a specific number of frames advance and then it advances to the next set of frames. However, I think they might have miscounted. It's very possible. Mojang might have miscounted. Yeah, I figured I missed one. There we go. Got that picked up. Now I just... Yes, I am aware that my character is hungry. My character is not, absolutely starving though. Therefore, I am going to finish off this section of the excavation, this specific stair section, in order to properly have the staircase built. And this will allow me also to undo the the surprising quantity of damage which that moss block caused in the hillside here. That's why I did it on the hillside, is because I knew it was going to just create a massive mess. Therefore, I did it somewhere where I was already excavating in order to prevent the mess from being, too permanent. It's just semi-permanent damage. It converted the stone into moss. I can then convert the moss into bone meal, which I can then convert into more moss. As I mentioned, the moss farm utilizing a cobblestone generator would be a pretty wise investment for me. It's a very simple construction. It just makes use of some smart pistons, which means I will need to go back into the nether to mine more quartz, because I'm going to need the quartz for the observers in order to detect the block updates, which will allow the pistons to push the cobblestone, which generates into a single spot. I'm trying to get my channel really well grown. I'm trying to, make it so I have a lot of viewers. I want a larger audience, obviously. I also have a Patreon page. If anyone wants to give me money, I have a Patreon page. You can find information about my Patreon page on the About section of my profile. There's also a link on my profile to my Patreon page if you actually check out my YouTube profile. And on top of that, there is, of course, the easy way of finding my Patreon profile, and that is by just looking it up with my YouTube name here, which would be patreon.com/Blue Nexus Gaming. One thing I did notice is Patreon does not make use of the HTTPS. They don't seem to have a hypertext transfer protocol secure server on Patreon, which I just find baffling and weird. You would think a company like Patreon would definitely be interested in, secure protocols. They handle money, after all. You don't hear PNC Bank not using HTTPS. I'm pretty sure PNC Bank uses HTTPS. I'm pretty sure Fifth Third Bank uses HTTPS. I'm pretty sure, whatever other banks exist, use HTTPS. I don't really know what all banks are around, therefore I don't really keep track of that kind of stuff. I need to go deposit more cobblestone and dirt in the mine, because that's where I store it, all the way down here in the mine. I could use moss. Almost took damage there. I could utilize the moss in excavating around my elevator. That's another option. I can excavate around the elevator using moss. Okay. There's that one, allowing me to go deposit all of these into here. Did I grab these? I think I grabbed both of these. Yes, I did. Okay. Now I go over here. Oh, you. That was surprising. I got his ender pearl. There's slime up above. Great. Today is a very surprising day. Plenty of excitement. I will need to convert some of that andesite into polished andesite soon. And now that it sees me, it's like, hey, I want to really just wail in on you. And it's like, no. How about not? You know, it started leaping around really quickly. It's like, I think I'll just take my chances with what I was doing before. Reserve all of that. Yeah, that's actually fine. I'll end up utilizing all of that. Now I just wanna boop. Oh, I accidentally double clicked. Okay. Now I want to go up to the surface.